Troy Davies, MD Ambulance, joining us. Is that the theme song for all the ambulance people? Motley Crue's Kickstart My Heart?
It is my favorite song, I'm not going to lie.
Man, technology is just crazy, you know, and of course a lot of us thinking about this very fortunate 62-year-old Saskatoon man who collapsed as he was loading his car on Friday night over by Preston Crossland Shopping Centre, and an AED unit at Cabela's along with a couple of quick-thinking nurses saved his life. MD Ambulance, and we want to clarify this. You guys were on scene in 6 minutes. Is that the response time?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's crazy. And for most of us, of course, hopefully we never have to experience what this man went through. But when you think about a person who collapses, and I know in reading the accounts from his daughter, she said he didn't feel quite right, he knew something was wrong, he went to get in his car, and he collapsed and he doesn't remember anything. So I guess basically your heart is doing what?
Basically your heart is fibrillating at that point. So I always explain it like a computer. So your computer freezes, what do? You reboot it, and that's basically what defibrillator is doing. So if you're awake and talking, or if you're not in a defib rhythm, this machine is not going to work. So they're so simple to use now, you just basically
call for help.
He's just opening it up here. Okay, call for help now.
Remove all clothing from patient's chest.
Wow.
And they'll get really upset if you don't do this on time. So
is it silly to think that somebody who's never worked one of these or had any training could potentially save somebody's life?
Pull red handle to open bag.
She's very rude.
yes, so you pull it up. I had my
you're opening it
Look
right
at
now.
pictures on pad.
Oh, there's the paddles.
Peel one pad off blue plastic.
Oh my gosh.
Apply pad to bare skin, exactly as shown in the picture.
exactly.
Right there.
Press
One
pad
above
firmly.
and one on the side.
Peel other pad off blue plastic.
That's incredible.
Apply pad to bare skin, exactly as shown in the picture.
Okay, so we got the pads on.
Press pad firmly.
So after that's done, and then I won't do it because we're not going to put it on, it'll immediately analyze the patient and tell you to shock or not, and that's it.
So once it shocks, is one shock enough?
Usually it all depends on differently. Like again with this gentleman on Saturday, they did defibrillate him once with the AED, and our paramedics defibrillate another 3 times en route to the hospital. But
Will the AED tell me though if it needs another shock?
absolutely.
Wow. I was watching one online demo of one AED machine, and it also continued to coach, telling the person how to do the CPR, the chest compressions.
And that's what our communication staff will do for you when you call 911. They'll walk you through it. They'll tell you exactly how to do CPR. They'll basically get you doing it. And another thing I'll show you here is this is our CPR meter that our paramedics are now using, which our
it's like a TV control
used.
almost.
So this is a way that we know, and we've done all of our training with Fire with this. So it's a partnership that we're doing together, and basically it's a study we're doing for 3 years that ensures that we're doing high quality CPR. So
how does it know? Like what how does
you
this
just
work?
put it down and you just push on it.
Oh, you push on it.
So just like you're doing
it tells you your compression, whether you're pushing hard enough. Because you hear stories. Is it true that potentially if CPR is done correct, that potentially ribs get broken, sternum gets cracked, that sort of thing?
For sure, yeah. And it's we've gone back to kind of the old way of thinking. When you're advanced care paramedic, you get caught up in the giving IVs, giving the drugs and everything. It's been a proven fact now through the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Pit crew CPR is what we call it. We want our paramedics on chest doing CPR 98% of the time.
Gee
whiz. Even while the machine's charging, our guys will continue to do CPR until it says clear from the patient, and they'll shock the patient right there.
How many saves in Saskatoon since AED started coming into prominence here?
We're at 19 now, which is the most in North America, so we're extremely lucky.
And how many of the units around the city?
We've got just over 800 right now.
What do they cost?
Right now for a machine like this, just your basic machine, it's around $1,400 to $1,800. So they used to be about $5 to $6,000, so it's a little bit different.
And the technology, I was showing Troy this video we were talking about earlier, the company in Germany that has a flying AED unit. It's a drone, and I guess maybe in a high population center it may have, you know, some use whereby you call 911 and they fly this drone to your location and the drone becomes the AED.
Yeah, technology is crazy right now. And you know, our biggest concern right now with this many AEDs is that when you go to use one, the battery's going to be dead or the pads are expired.
I've heard that. So somebody's got to be responsible for it, no matter where it is, to make sure it's in working condition.
Yeah, and with our program, our Heart Safe program, and that's sponsored by the Saskatchewan Health Region and Saskatchewan Blue Cross. We have one full-time person that goes to every single site once a year, checks the machines, free of charge. They just have to phone us and let us know they have one of these machines.
and then we'll track this stuff. We'll make sure that their batteries are good and their expiry dates are
How
good.
does somebody buy one? So, you know, a business owner, family listening right now and they want to buy one. What's the easiest way to do that?
Just give me a call at MD Ambulance and we'll give you the list of the distributors that have gone through our Q&A process. But we don't sell them just due to the fact that we could obviously corner the market on that. But we just want to make sure that they're as common as fire extinguishers in buildings.
Isn't that the best? Are you seeing more and more people putting them in their homes?
We're seeing people at the lakes. People who have cardiac history, or they'll throw it in their car and take it to the lake, and so we are seeing a
Isn't that crazy to think? Such a little innocent piece of technology is the difference between life and death.
Yeah, and you know, you talk to people like Kirby Jury, Don McDonald, like these are all people back, high profile people who have really stepped up and helped us get the message out there that these things work.
Well, I appreciate you coming by. A neat little demo, and again, if people want to find out more, you've been listening and hearing the stories about these amazing life-saving events that have happened because of these neat little machines. Just give them a call at MD Ambulance. They'll tell you how you can get one for your business or your family, and we'll keep saving lives.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you bet. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks, man.
8:21 weather.